then we're there. That was a fast.
We made it.
That was a good go.
We made it.
What time is it? 5. It took me 11 minutes.
Wow.
That's great. How you doing?
That cookie taste is still in my mouth. It's a good taste to have.
That good cookie taste?
That good coffee.
That good
Coffee.
That coffee. Yeah, in case people didn't know, I am an expert cookie man.
He is the cookie guy.
I'm the cookie meister.
Yeah, first time he made me those cookies, he brought over just dough. And I was really confused. And you were like, hey, can you preheat the oven before I get there? I'm like, what is this? What is going on here?
Yeah.
And then you asked me if I have sea salt flakes.
Mm.
I was like, yes, let me just pull out sea salt out of my wazoo.
Who doesn't have flaky salt? Like, I don't... What do you...
Most people.
Most people aren't culinary companions.
This is true.
That's us. We're not gay, but we're culinary companions. We're cook boys.
We're cook boys together.
We're boil buddies.
This is getting
We're
worse.
pasta pals.
Stop.
We are avocado amigos. Chopped chums. I got them for days.
The ABCs of the pasta posse.
Oh my God! If we just had a food podcast, we could have called it that. The Pasta Posse.
Yeah. Welcome to the Pasta Posse.
Dang.
That's today's episode.
Wait. I don't have any cooking content prepared. I don't have any cooking topics. So as you can see, I have prepared the possibility of cocktails.
Oh.
So if you want some rum and coke with lime, that's kind of what we're set up for right now.
So
don't you dare. I swear. Are you about to go into some like, so I've decided that I'm going to go on like, just like a soul searching journey where I only eat raw vegan food.
No,
and I only date girls who wear crystals and I don't drink alcohol.
Alcohol kills the gains, Ryan.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It kills the gains.
I'll have more rum than you, and you're going to have more Coke. Because Coca-Cola doesn't kill the gains. Coca-Cola, the official drink of... What is Coca-Cola?
I'm going to respectfully decline, Ryan.
Do you want some of this at least?
No.
You're not going to have anything?
I'm not going to have anything.
Oh, my.
I know.
What the heck?
It's grind season.
You got to tell me about these things ahead of time. When you saw me setting this up, you didn't even say anything. You weren't even like, hey, get me a water bottle.
Well.
Oh, my.
I have my water bottle.
I can pour this into your glass.
Oh, what is it?
Airborne.
What is that?
It's just vitamin water.
Oh, yeah. I'll take that.
All right.
You're too kind.
I just made it.
You've
never had Airborne?
Never. Wow.
There you go. There's your cocktail.
There's my cocktail.
I even chilled the glass.
What a nice guy.
I know. You seen that guy on TikTok have some class, chill your glass?
I've not seen that guy on TikTok.
It's like, he's not, he just says that. He's got a huge bar in his house. And he makes cocktails.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, I have a surprise for you.
For me?
Yeah, it's a surprise for you that you paid for.
Oh,
ready? You got to be surprised. Don't say as if you know. It's a surprise. But you paid for this surprise. Dun 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 dun. Ready?
I'm ready.
Which way are they facing? They're facing this way. They put them in the box upside down. Freaking nerds. There they are.
Wow.
Look at that.
So if you want your very own Docs and Crocs poster,
we have little posters, little flyers made.
Little flyers.
Look at that. We'll have to We'll have to trim them.
We definitely don't have special guests every other week.
Listen, we're aspiring to be better.
This is okay.
For a while we did have guests every other week, then we got a little bit lazy. Remember, we used to call each other and be like, "All right, who's the guest?" I used to be on the treadmill. Remember that one time I was on the treadmill and I'm like calling you, like, "All right, I was that guy. I sounded so important."
Yep.
I was running with my headphones and I was like, "Okay, who's our guest? All right, let me hit them up." It was Ty. It was Ty that time.
That was wow. That's a throwback and a half.
So I couldn't size them to the paper because then it would have skewed the QR code. So that's why I needed to do. There needed to be borders on it. So we'll need to trim them. But I mean, or we could just not. But whatever. But the QR code. You want to try it?
Yeah.
Try the QR code.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Let's see if it works.
If it doesn't, we're getting our money back.
What if imagine the QR code just leads to like you scan the QR code and it's just the turtles. It's the turtle sex video instead of the podcast. It just takes you to YouTube and it's those two turtles.
It pulls it up.
It works.
It works.
We have a
Crocs.
QR code.
Wow.
In case you've never experienced this, go on YouTube and look up turtle sex. It's not bad. It's not dirty. But like when turtles make love, when turtles procreate, they make this noise. And daddy turtle gets on top and they just go and you think I'm joking, but then you're going to watch it and it's going to be the funniest thing.
No. I've seen it.
The people.
Oh, the people.
If the people do it.
Yeah, the people. So at work yesterday, you told me the most disgusting story I think I've heard in my entire...
In your whole life, huh?
I don't think in my entire life, but like it's definitely up there.
Uh-huh.
And I think the people should know.
Look, so...
But disclaimer... If the last week's episode about me talking about gushy pimple acne triggered you, skip the next little while.
Just skip ahead 2 minutes.
It's 2 minutes.
Just skip 2 minutes.
Yeah.
If you don't like gross stories. But don't turn
disgusting.
the podcast off. Just skip ahead 2 minutes.
Right.
Starting now. Okay, so we were talking about... I've had this like... My throat hurts on one side, and it has for a while, and I've just been kind of nervous about it because I'm not sick. I'm just like have this pain in my throat, and I'm like, oh, what's going on?
Yep.
And we were talking about like abscesses and goiters and boils, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was younger, when I was like 17 years old, I still had my wisdom teeth in, and they would kind of come in and then out. Or like they would recede into the gum and then they would come out again. Like they never fully came in because my teeth were really crowded. I have my wisdom teeth out now. They're gone. But for a while, that was like a thing. And so one of the times that my back wisdom teeth were trying to come in, they like pushed against the gum, but the gum was still like trying to form over it. And it formed this like, this pus-filled, this sack. There was this thing in the back of my gums over my wisdom tooth, and I could like get my tongue under it and I could push it around a little bit. And I used to work at this place called the Sunglass Hut, which sold luxury sunglasses, like, you know, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
And so you had to dress really nice. And so I'm dressed really nice, 17-year-old kid. I got this thing in the back of my mouth that's bugging me. People are coming in talking about sunglasses. I'm talking to this one guy trying to sell him a pair of sunglasses. And I'm telling, oh, yeah, Hermenegildo Zegna, Dolce & Gabbana, 17 karat gold, blah, 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 whatever.
Right.
And he's asking me a question. And as he's asking me about the sunglasses, he's formulating his question. And I've got in my mouth, I'm pushing on this thing with my tongue. And it bursts. It burst in my mouth. And it filled my mouth with, like, mystery fluid. And so the guy finishes his question and turns to me, and I just had to go, anyway, so these right here. I had to push through it. I had to act like nothing happened. I couldn't just, like, spit it out. Like, if I had opened my mouth and then would have just poured out. The guy would have thought I was zombifying right in front of him.
Just like cover your mouth and then put your hand up like 1 second. Go to the trash can and then.
I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. I had
You
like a split
could've.
second. I had a split second, and so I just swallowed warm mystery.
And that's the story.
That's the story. So, hey, if you skipped ahead,
Welcome back.
welcome to the podcast. Welcome to this portion
Welcome back.
where we're not talking about anything crazy. We're just talking about each other.
When you told me that yesterday, I was like, "That's I'm gonna throw up."
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but you got to do what you got to do when you're a professional. It never happened again. I never had that problem again.
A 17-year-old at Sunglasses Hut is a professional.
No, probably not.
No.
I ended up walking out of that job, actually.
Did you really?
Yeah, I had an opportunity. I was stupid. I was young and dumb, and one of those like pyramid scheme companies.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a pyramid scheme company, actually. I like their product, actually. So I'm not going to say who it is. I like the product. But offered me a job for like $15 an hour.
Oh,
which
yeah.
at the time was like
yeah.
a big deal because I was making like $9.
Yep.
And I was like, I can do it on the side.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the Sunglass Hut, my manager at the time was always stealing my sales. Like I would be, if you talked to a customer, that was your sale. Like if you started, and the whole job was like commission based.
Yeah.
Like you had to hit a certain amount of sales or else you didn't make any of your commission. It was like a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just like slide in and if he rang them out, he would take the sale. And I'd be like, that was my sale. I sold them those glasses. Like just because you took them to the counter, I was like, I talked them into those. And he did it for like the 10th time. And it was like a $650 sale.
Oh my god.
It was 3 pairs of sunglasses, $650. And he took them up to the counter, took the sale. As soon as he walked away from the counter, I went behind the counter, clocked out, took my key off the ring, put it on the counter, and just left. And it was just, there's only 2 people working at a time, so he had to close up that night.
Yeah, showed him.
Yeah, I really got him.
We really stuck it to the man.
He still works for the Sunglass Hut.
I imagine he does.
That was like 12 years ago.
Yeah,
So.
like certain managers, I don't understand how they just will keep working there, but they just continue to work at those kind of places. And you can show up like decades later and they're still there.
Still there. And I'm like, are you making that much bank? Like,
Well, I mean, if he's stealing your commissions.
I know, 'cause he's stealing sales. That's how he's making it.
Right.
I'm going to crack open that beautiful black spiced bamboo rum.
You got that from a customer, yes?
I did get this from a customer. Yeah, I told a customer jokingly, I was like, hey, if you were to bring me like a bottle of black spiced I specifically said bamboo. I said, if you bring me a bottle of bamboo rum, I'd let you run a room, and I'd give you a free ticket. And then they came back and they literally did it. And I had like forgotten. It was like a month later. And they were like, hey, today's like it's World Rum Day. And I was like, what?
Hello?
So that's how they did it. What's the worst job you ever had? What's your least favorite job you ever worked?
Safe Light Solutions. I worked at
The window place?
Yeah, so it was a call center.
Oh.
And in Rio Rancho Bernalillo, they opened up this call center. And like a bunch of people from my high school went to go work there because they were paying, like $12, $13 an hour. And minimum wage is like $8 an hour. So I was working at Cold Stone before that. And I was like, let me get this job to make that cash money because I wanted to buy a car. So Safe Light Solutions functions as like a third party that acts as the insurance company. So let's say you get like a rock chip on your windshield and you call your insurance to get that rock chip repaired and to repair it with your insurance. Then that call is routed to Safe Light Solutions, who checks your insurance, schedules you an appointment with the shop, and then basically does all that work for your insurance company. It's just for glass repair.
Okay.
And
I just know the tune. Safe
yeah.
Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Right, so that's the auto glass like sales portion. I was essentially pretending to be their insurance while working at a call center. Anyways,
Sounds a little slimy.
oh, it was
Sounds slick. I won't say slimy. It sounds a little slick.
yeah. So Monday through Thursday and Saturdays from 12:30 to 5:30, pretty much all of senior year I was there. And you would read the same script like 100 times a day.
Disgusting.
And I was like legit losing my I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Were you calling people or were you answering calls?
I was answering calls.
Okay, so people would call you to make a claim.
Exactly.
Okay. But it was still the same. You had to answer the same way every time.
Well, it was like, thank you for calling USA Glass Service. My name is Jonathan. How can I help you today? Oh, I've just received a rock chip on my windshield.
Received a rock chip. Like it was
Yeah.
like it was delivered by the gremlins. The goblins of Safe Light go out. That's the sales department.
That is.
The sales department is just these goblins that go and deliver rock chips to your windshield, so then you have to call.
I heard stories about these like really shady rock repair places who would like they would have a pen inspecting your windshield, and the pen was designed to create chips on a windshield.
Shut up.
I'm not kidding. So you'd be like in the gas station ordering something, and then this person would walk up to your car and be like inspecting it with a pen, and that pen was able to make rock chips on your windshield.
That's the slimiest thing ever.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Golly.
Because it's like $100 for a windshield repair.
Yeah.
And you just charge the insurance. So that's a sale right there, baby.
Don't go anywhere to fix rock chip repairs. Go on YouTube, look up Chris Fix rock chip repair.
But
If you don't know who Chris Fix is, he's the best.
your insurance pays for it.
Oh yeah, unless you have good insurance. But if there's a copay,
Well,
or not a copay,
you just need
what is it?
comprehensive coverage on your vehicle, and your insurance will repair rock chips for free. Otherwise,
We have comprehensive car insurance,
Right.
And Brianna's Jeep has a big old crack from a rock chip,
right.
and they're like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it'll still be like $200.
Right. So if you have to replace the windshield, it falls under your comprehensive deductible. Yeah. So I learned a bunch of insurance language. And yeah. So they would call in and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. If I can start a claim and get you scheduled with a shop to get that rock chip repaired." And you would just like click through a script, and it was just so like monotonous. Towards the
Did you ever change your voice?
no.
You never did like a hello, this is Jonathan.
So
I'm so sorry that you have this rock chip that has been delivered to your windshield. Would you like to start a claim?
So the supervisors would like record your call and then go over like your calls with you. So you couldn't ever.
Oh, so when it says this call may be recorded for training
No.
or whatever purposes,
Yeah,
that's what that is.
it's
for real?
legit. There's like a team of people there who listen back to calls to make sure you're doing your job correctly.
So that's why all those guys are so robotic, no matter
Exactly.
what.
Yeah. They're just following a script.
Because if they don't, then when they get reviewed, then they're in trouble.
Right. And they don't. Yeah. The script is love. The script is life.
Oh God, they didn't say that, did they?
No.
Oh my God, I thought maybe you guys like started the day
Just
like
a
Pledge
cult.
of Allegiance. They had the script on the wall instead of an American flag.
I
I
pledge
pledge allegiance to the script of Safe Light
Solutions
of America.
And to the clicks for which it stands, one glass under insurance
To the rock chips.
and windshield replacements for all.
Wow, we nailed it.
We nailed it. Yeah, so it was towards the end. What you could do on your phone is you would clock in on the phone, and then it would automatically put you where you would be receiving calls automatically. But there were different settings that you could put the phone on so you wouldn't get calls. But those times were like monitored. But what you could do is you can open a line so you would just hear like the dial tone, and that would last for 2 minutes.
Wow.
So I did that over and over and over and over and over again. So I didn't have to take any flipping phone calls. I was so sick of it. And
Wait, but would they review it and just hear?
well, they would. I didn't have like a supervisor for a few months,
Oh, I see.
and so no one was any the wiser. But when I got a supervisor, he was like, "Hey, man, you can't be doing this. You got to get this time down." I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
So
the
then I
call
quit.
center is the one thing that I've never been tempted to do. Like,
It's,
I've heard about people making good money doing that. I've never been tempted.
it's
ever.
You make good money, but you also like sacrifice your sanity.
Yeah, and aren't the hours like long and dumb? They're just, is it typical 9 to 5 or what?
I was working 25 hours a week,
Oh, okay.
so I was just working part time, thankfully. But yeah, it was just the worst. Oh, also, what's the statute of limitations on crimes?
I think it depends on the crime. What? He's like wondering if he can talk about this.
Yeah. No,
Hey,
no.
man, really quick before I talk about this. The statute of limitations on what? Fraud?
Stealing.
Okay. What's the statute of
Statute
limitations on
of
theft? Can't wait.
limitations.
I'm in love with this lighting setup right now.
On
This
theft
probably looks so good.
in New Mexico.
If you're watching this back and you think the lighting setup is really good, if you're watching this on YouTube, please leave us a comment and say, dang, that lighting setup looks good.
Okay, here we go.
Mm.
Let's see. There is no time limit. Oh, shoot.
I'm pretty sure nobody cares, bro.
Prosecutors in New Mexico must bring charges within 6 years for second-degree felonies, 5 years, and 3 years for other felonies.
So 6 is kind of the max.
Yeah, it's been like 5 years. So anyways.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
What'd you do?
So at Safelight, they had like a break room, and you could buy stuff from the break room.
Yeah, like chips and...
Yeah. No, they had like whole meals too.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so I would get out of school, I would go home, I would, get a little bit lunch, I would head to work. And towards the end, one of my friends taught me a trick where usually, you go up to bring out the food, and people are going to be suspicious. Man.
He didn't even have a drink.
I know. If you just like take things and then walk away. So what you do is you go up to the counter and you ring up the stuff. But if you like cancel it out, it says order canceled, like really loud.
Ah.
But my friend taught me if you put your thumbprint in and then it says you don't have enough money and then you cancel it, it doesn't say anything. So you go up.
Oh, because that would be embarrassing if it was like, you don't have enough money.
Right.
So it's just like, oh, you're good, man. Just
yeah. So you go up, you do it, you ring it out, and then you cancel the order, and then you just walk away with stuff. So every day I would go in, I would get like a nice Dunkin' or a Starbucks coffee from the fridge, a little snacky snack before work. I would ring that out, steal that. So each day I probably stole between like $20 or $30 worth of stuff.
Okay.
And I probably did that for, let's see, 5 days a week. So 30 times 5, $150 a week. And I probably did that for...
We're crunching the raw numbers here.
Yeah.
How in trouble are you?
150. Let's say I did that. I didn't do that, the entire time, but I did it a lot of the time. So we'll be generous. We'll say like 25 weeks. So I probably stole like couple $1,000 worth of
3,700. So I think under 5,000 is like especially here.
Yeah.
They don't even care anymore.
Right.
If you still, I've heard about criminals. Have you heard about this? Literally, criminals stealing like $4,999 worth of stuff because they just know like they're like crunching the numbers. They're like doing the math, and they're like, yeah, if I steal under a certain amount, like it doesn't even. It's like a slap on the wrist in this state.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I probably stole like a couple $1,000 worth of
Starbucks drinks and sandwiches made in a cafe?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because you would go back for lunch, and they would have like a DiGiorno's pizza that you could throw in the microwave. So you take one of those. You get some chips. You get like a soda pop or something. You ring that out.
It's not delivery.
It's
theft.
And then on a bathroom break, because I would take very long bathroom breaks,
Right.
I would go back there. I'd get another sody pop or a bag of chips or some candy or something.
Bro, do I have bathroom work stories?
Bathroom work stories.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so I would. But if anyone serious is watching, that was all just a joke.
Yeah, this is comedy.
This is comedy. This
Everything
is
that you hear here is for entertainment purposes only.
This is parody of real
I'm
life.
pretty sure that if you say entertainment purposes only, you can pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
I think that's the rule.
Yeah.
Like you could murder somebody and then be like, this is for entertainment purposes only, and the cops have to be like,
he got us.
he said entertainment purposes.
He's gone.
No, none of it's real. It's all pretend. No, I used to work at a Bible store.
Oh yeah.
And I worked there for 5 years. It was like it was the longest job to this day that I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I've only been where we're at now. I've only been there 3 and change. So 4.5, 5 years I was at this Bible store, and I was young. I started working there when I was homeless. Like when I first started working there, I had nothing. I was legit, completely homeless, living in my car.
Wow.
And yeah, I was a young kid. I had no work ethic or anything. And I was, I was under 18. I think I worked there till I was maybe 21.
Mm-hmm.
So I started working there when I was like 16. And I would stay up super late. Like I lived in an apartment by myself, and I was kind of depressed. I would go rent like 2 or 3 Redbox movies, and I would go home and I would watch all 3 of the Redbox movies. Then I'd fall asleep on my couch. I would wake up with 5 minutes to spare to go to work. So I'd just like throw on whatever I could, fly down the road because I only lived 5 minutes away, show up to work. Then I'd be exhausted. And I'd be in the back. I was the imprinter guy. I would like imprint names on Bibles. We had like this machine, and you put the letters in one by one, and then you imprint foil names on Bibles. And I would do that for prisons. So prisoners from the tri-state area, like Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, would send us letters from prison and be like, hey, I want a Bible. And I would open them, we'd sort them, whatever, and I'd imprint their name and then ship it back. I probably did 15,000 of those Bibles. We calculated at one time before I left, I imprinted and sent over 15,000 Bibles to inmates in prison who requested Bibles from us.
Wow.
About a third of them were in Spanish, and the rest were in English. Anyway, so I'd be sitting back there imprinting all these Bibles, and I get tired.
Uh-huh.
And so I'd go to the bathroom. No joke. I would go to the bathroom, and I would get like I think I brought a towel from home. I brought a towel from home. I would go to the bathroom. I would lay the towel on the floor, and I would lay down, and I would take like the longest nap I could. Like I would push like 10-minute naps.
Wow.
I'd be like, if I can lay down here for 10 minutes.
That's some serious dedication.
And then I'd get up and go back out and go. And after like a while, my supervisor was like, hey, you're always in the bathroom for a long time. Like, what's going on? And I was like, I have
irritable bowel syndrome.
Irritable bowels. Which the not funny thing about that is now I do have like serious gut health problems. So
feels bad.
Don't lie. It'll just come true. But anyway, so I would lay down. Either that or I would there's this game called Fun Run on the iPhone.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Fun Run?
Yeah, I played Fun Run.
Do you still have it?
No.
You should get it. I would love to compete. Oh, you're so dumb. I'm not going to play any games you like anymore. So Brianna got me on a Fun Run.
Still have to finish Valheim anyways.
I know. So sometimes I would just sit on the toilet and challenge her to Fun Runs. And we'd play like 2 or 3 before I'd be like, all right, I got to go back to work.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's romance right
yeah,
there.
Probably somewhere in there I was actually pooping, but it was like a third of the time it was poop. 2/3 of the time it was either Fun Run or a nap. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a...
There was a guy on TikTok whose whole channel was something, that's why I poop on the company dime.
Oh, yeah, boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time?
Yeah.
That's the thing.